My name is Shelby Anderson, and I'm going to be telling you about an experience I had that I learned a lot from. I'm actually going to narrow it down to about a week in last July. In August of 2013, I bred my mare, Chloe, to a stallion over in Montana. It was a bittersweet moment for me because the foal would be mine, and mine to train. But also a few years prior, I had lost my mare and her unborn foal in the foaling process, and I was terrified it would happen again. 11 months passed and Chloe's due date was quickly approaching. It was June 31st, and her due date was the 4th of July. And I thought I had a few more days because she was usually on time. Chloe was up at my aunt's because that's where she had her 2 previous foals and was more comfortable. I had just finished up horse camp 2 days before and was still getting everything put away, starting to relax after the difficult week. And then I got the call from my aunt. Chloe had changed and we better go up there. We arrived at about 12 o'clock. Immediately I knew something was up. Chloe had been separated from her herd mates, and they were all looking over the fence at where Chloe was supposed to be. My heart just sank. I knew something was wrong. Something had to be wrong. So I raced through the barn, and I looked out, and there was Chloe, and she was okay. She was alive and well. And then I looked a little closer, and looked like there was 2 little sticks coming up behind her. You know, this pasture didn't have sticks in it. Wait a second, those were legs. She had her baby. And I'll be honest here, after that, everything I knew just went out the window. All I learned about foaling and imprinting and newborns just kind of left and had no sign of ever coming back. In fact, if it wasn't for my aunt, I don't think I would have any clue of what I should have done that week. But I really didn't care because Chloe was safe, the baby was safe and healthy, and everything was fine. I believe that the first part of a foal's life is very important. I know I don't want to be halter breaking a weanling that's 600 pounds, because Dash at 100 was strong enough. Now, Dash was halter broke that first day, and he was stronger than me by probably the 3rd day. And I know halter breaking and all that is an important part of a foal's development, but it wasn't easy at all. That learning was not in my foal's wheelhouse. He was more of a run free, don't need people type of horse than a future 4-H prospect. He was headstrong, and he was not catching on to this new learning thing and humans and all that kind of stuff. To the point, in fact, where a couple of times that first week, I just knew that this horse, I'm going to have to just put him out to stud because he doesn't want to learn, he is not going to learn. And then I thought about it. I had already lost 2 horses at this. I wanted to do this. I needed to train this horse, and I was going to. There was no try. I will train this horse. So I went in there with a renewed vigor, and I tried. And you know what? He acted like he had never seen a human before. It was back to square one. In fact, that happened a lot that first week. It was a lot of 1 step forward, 3 steps back. But it was better. I was determined to do this, and it was going to happen. I learned a lot that week that horses and foals particularly, you can't have one set training program for all of them. They all learn differently. So just crumple up that piece of paper of all what they're going to do and just throw it out the window, because it's not going to happen that way. I also learned I needed patience. Patience. Not my strong suit. But I was the owner of a foal now, and it needed to happen. And I did. That weekend, actually, I went away for state horse competition, and when I came back, we brought Dash and Chloe down to my house, and something happened. Something strange. It was a miracle. All of a sudden, this little headstrong, little wild child foal wanted to learn, wanted to be around people. It was slow, but faster than it had the first week. And within a few weeks, he was even coming when I called him from way out in the pasture. And it was a miracle. And it never would have happened if I wouldn't have stuck with this little horse, if I wouldn't have stuck with him and tried and knew it would happen. And that just goes to show you that a very good thing came out of me losing my first horse. And now Dash is the best little horse I've ever worked with. And he's 7 months old now, and I know that I have learned more in these 7 months than he ever will. And I know it will continue that way, because I'm not just teaching him, I'm teaching me. Thank you.